Hello, guys. Thank you for tuning in again.
What up?
Episode 9. We open this segment with breaking news. Onana made a
No way.
save. He was able to save a Word document.
Yo, what? Nah, legend. Legend. He's
Uh,
getting there,
Uni-
bro.
Dude, the United fans are going
The-
to hate us. Yo,
I mean,
bad.
guys, we're just being honest. At least you know we're honest. Like, we're
We
not
say
being
it
fake.
as it is.
Like, yeah, we're just.
Okay, so today's segment, well, obviously I'm in a bit of shock. Not because of the save, but because of the events of
Mm,
317, UFC
mm,
317,
mm, mm.
which we will get to.
Mad
Um, okay, so
processing. Yo.
we're gonna open today with our film segment. Today's segment is basically based on the release of the F1 movie.
Mm,
Myself and Dino, we planned this a couple of weeks ago, and we said, for this one, we're gonna do our top 5 racing movies, individual racing movies. So, do you want to go for yours first, bud? This was a tough one to do.
it was very tough. Yo, I had to have a think about it, and I was like, oh my word, racing movies, there aren't many that I like. So, yo, and then I was like going back and thinking of, stuff I'd seen when I was younger, and I remembered like randomly. I don't know if you remember Biker Boys and Talk, the like motorbike racing movies. Yeah, there we go. So I was like,
Full.
you know what? No, go away, more this way.
Yo, bro.
I even had to Google like racing movies because I was like, yo, is it this bad that I can't think? Dude, I'm telling you this right now. My favorite one,
Yeah,
mate, it's like by far my favorite one.
same with me.
The other four
Same with
don't
me.
even come close. So
Um, Yo, dude, my top three are my my
I know
my
your
my
top.
my three and two. My three and two are very close,
That's where I'm waiting to hear is which one
but
got number two.
number one is undisputed, and I have a feeling we've both got the same number one. Yeah.
Yeah, I would put money on that for sure. Um, As always, which is customary on our podcast, I have an honorable mention, and I had to, and you'll, unless it's in your top five, which I'll be like flipping even better.
Okay.
But because it's a documentary, I had to put Senna. I
Dude, I
had to
don't
put Senna.
disagree with you though, dude. That is, in my
Mm,
opinion,
mm.
he's the best. He's the best driver of all time.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
passed away way too early in his
yeah.
life,
Tragically,
and
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
he's
The documentary is brilliant. Also wanted to shout out Drive to Survive. If you don't know anything about Formula One and you feel like overwhelmed, like how do I get into it?
watch that
Honestly,
show.
go on Netflix. Netflix, I'd appreciate the sponsorship or whatever. We're shouting you out, so give us something. A T-shirt would be nice. Um, and then Drive to Survive on Netflix, and then the Senna documentary wherever you can find it, wherever you're streaming from.
So
It's a
it is
beautiful
actually on
documentary.
Netflix at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. But it is on
No,
Netflix
in
at the
South
moment.
Africa, yeah. Yeah, here in the UK, I'm not sure. But great, yeah. So for people listening to this in South Africa, there you go.
Yeah, it's
When
incredible.
you don't
It's
have
really
load shedding, you can watch Senna on Netflix.
okay. So,
Okay.
what's your number
Yeah, so
five?
that's mention. My number five, bruh, I'm not even trolling. It's Talladega Nights.
Yo,
I
that's
had
not a
to.
racing movie, mate. That's not a racing movie, bro.
Bro, Talladega Nights, bro, it's a NASCAR driver. Come on.
Yo, okay. um, yeah. Listen, if you Google racing movies, it does come up. But, but listen, that
Bro, if
movie
you
is
ain't
hilarious.
first, you're lost. Not
Yeah,
even
bro.
Vin
And if
Diesel
you want to
says that
drive
shit.
quicker, put a Cougar next to you, bro. In your muscle car. Yo, Formula E.
You see? It's a racing movie,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, I had
Okay,
to.
fair enough. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Thanks, 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 thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
My number five is The Art of Racing in the Rain.
Art of Racing in the Rain. I've not heard
Yeah.
of this. Who's
It's
in that?
oh jeez, dude, what is that oak's name? Um Bruh, I know him from Heroes. He's one of the main actors in Heroes.
Is that Milo Ventimiglia, that guy?
No, it's not him. No, it's not Marlo. No, it's another guy.
Art of
If you see
Racing in
the
the Rain.
oak, you'll recognize him.
2019.
But it's dude, I thought it was a it's a sweet movie, dude. Let me put it like that.
Oh, it is Milo Ventimiglia. Yeah, bro. The oak that
Oh,
was
is it him? Okay.
the oak that's Rocky's. He plays Rocky's son, and
Yes, that's right. Yes.
yeah,
Jeez, I cannot
yeah,
forget that. Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's a fanship card revoked for me. So yeah, but that's my number five. If
Yeah.
you haven't watched it, give it a watch. It's sad, but it's a nice movie. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yo, the way I cheated on this list. The way I cheated, bro. If you thought Talladega Nights was a hot take, yo.
Listen, you better not have Fast and Furious on you. I'll be upset, dude.
Hey, the first one's good. The first
No,
one's good.
no,
No, the
dude, that's
first
horrible.
one.
It's
No, dude.
cuck.
The first
That's a
one's
shit.
good. The first one's.
That's a
I
shit.
mean, this isn't saying much because they're all pretty, but the first one's good for me at least. The first one
Dude,
is still the best one.
the only one that for me is number six, but that's because that movie holds a very sentimental thing to me, dude. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
soundtrack in the sixth one's really good too.
Yeah. No,
And also, I
I'm
think
trolling.
man,
Those movies aren't bad. They're not amazing though, dude.
no, they're not. But I do genuinely like the first one.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
We'll get them.
My fourth one is Gone in 60 Seconds. Bro, they have to
Oh,
race
snap.
against the clock to steal
Snap.
cars.
Snap, dude.
So,
Snap. It's my number four as well, D. It's my number
no
four as
way,
well, but
my man.
yeah,
That might be very loud.
it's
Sorry,
my number four.
my bad,
Um,
bro. Yeah, I mean,
it's
is it
prime
a
it's
racing
prime Nick
movie?
Cage. The that Mustang, probably my dream car. Oh,
Mm,
Eleanor. It
mm,
is
mm.
Eleanor, eh? They do call it Eleanor. The soundtrack. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
dude, it's
I'll never
classic.
forget. I'll never forget. I was probably, dude, I must have been about 16 years old. Was down in Cape Town and I saw a guy driving exact same one, dude. Yes, yeah, it was glorious. It was glorious. I
Mm,
won't lie,
mm,
dude.
mm.
Beautiful car. Yo. And it was left-hand drive, which makes it even better, dude. So yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. No,
So
listen,
yeah.
I was like, I'm cheating, but I mean, they do have to steal cars in a certain amount of time. It's a race,
Yes.
not a street
No, it
race,
is a
but it's
racing
a
movie,
race.
dude. It's a race. We are
Yeah.
winning.
That's actually my number three.
Real.
Like you know,
What's it? Rat race. Yes, dude.
rat race. Yeah, flip. That's a shout.
Um,
You
we can
can
throw
give.
that into the honorable mention, dude.
Yeah, facts. I mean, it's flipping funny. So give it a watch. If people haven't seen Rat Race, please watch it. It's very funny. Do you want to give your number three then, and then I'll give my number
Yeah.
three.
So my number three is something that me and you watched recently together, and that is it's a movie that I hounded you on to watch multiple
Your
times,
now I know what your number two is. Okay,
and
sure.
you didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted you to enjoy it, and that
Onfish
was Rush.
Frikalapish.
Yeah,
Sorry, continue.
that
Which film
was
did you
uh,
say?
that was Rush, dude. Rush is my
Rush.
number
Yeah,
three.
yeah,
Rush is my number
yeah,
three.
yeah. Sure. Okay, so now I know what your number two is. Damn, bro. Okay, you really loved number two then. Holy crap.
I
Okay.
really did. I
No.
really did.
Fair. Yeah, again, I know we say this every episode, but people, we genuinely have not spoken about this list
Yeah.
or the film we're going to review. So, now I'm very curious. Okay. Right, my number three is The Fast and the Furious, the first one.
Okay, I respect
I
that.
I dig the first one. I honestly do. Hey,
No, I said it's not a racing movie. I'm joking. It is. It is. It
I
is.
mean the rest
Yeah,
of the
listen.
others definitely
But
aren't. But
listen, it is. It is like, in all fairness, it is a good movie. Obviously that, like, the significance of that movie, it was a big influence in tuning cars and stuff. I remember when I was a kid,
mm,
you wouldn't get a
mm,
vrappa outside, but now after that movie came out, it was vrappa all the time with these oaks
yeah.
putting dynamites in their in their exhaust pipes, and installing such big exhaust pipes that you can see the pistons in the car. It's
Even the
ridiculous.
cone filters just to make it sound louder. It's like, okay, mate, you're driving a flipping Corsa Light. Relax.
Well, one of our close friends did that, so yeah.
Yeah, shots fired, bang bang. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, yeah, and then I mean, like playing like Need for Speed Underground, and
Yeah, understood, yeah. Listen,
I do like the first one because even like it just even like that little monologue. I mean, Vin Diesel's not a good actor; he's not. But even that monologue he has where he talks about watching his dad drive
yeah.
and why he's too scared to drive that car. Um, and I did dig the racing in it because you've got the drag races, and then obviously there's
Always cool,
the
dude. Always cool.
whole thing
Always
at the
cool.
end.
Listen, that's a good shot, mate.
Yeah,
That is a good
yeah,
shot.
I did enjoy
It's
it.
just
Yeah,
unfortunately, those movies turned more into a superhero genre. I remember watching Five, and I'm like, okay, Nick Fury's going to recruit Dominic Toretto at the end of this movie, and it never came. And I was like, oh, damn it, man.
yeah.
You know,
Well, he's probably gonna he'd be like, I don't need the Avengers. I've got family. So there you go.
exactly. You said it
If anything, they
perfectly.
should cross over and do the Avengers versus family. That would be.
Oh, bro, there's no contest, bro. Family wins, bro, always.
Well, Vin Diesel has a contract. I don't know if people know this. He has a contract that he's not allowed to lose any fights in his movies. So he's beating the Avengers. It's happening.
That's why I said, bro. That's why I
Yeah,
said he'll win. He will win. He
yeah.
would have won. Okay.
I will.
Okay, what's your number two? I want to know what your number two is.
Yo, I cheated, yeah, as well. Big time. Big time. My number two is a culmination of three movies. So one, two, and four. But it's the Mad Max movies. They're
That's
not
not a
racing
racing
movies.
movie.
No,
Not a
I
racing
mean,
movie.
I will argue that Fury Road is a racing movie, but one and two definitely aren't. But
Yo,
Fury Road,
this is going to cause a lot of controversy, but this is
I
going to
love
cause
it.
a lot of
Let's go. I
controversy.
love it. Let's
Okay, but
go.
I respect it. I respect it, but I
Um,
disagree very, very
yeah, no,
strongly.
fair enough. Look, it's in terms of like, I don't think I could do any ranking of cars in films without mentioning Fury Road. Like, it's got the best car sequences for me
But those
ever.
sequences
Camera.
are insane. They are insane. And that soundtrack is, especially Fury Road,
Oh,
is, yeah. That
yeah.
man
People
was that man
will,
was cooking like proper.
dude, yeah, for people who, the more you listen to this podcast, the more you'll understand or sort of get to understand that Fury Road is one of my all time,
Favorite
on
movie.
any day, Fury Road could be my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair,
It's
dude. That is fair, dude. That is fair.
Yeah. So I know I am
Okay.
cheating, but yeah, just even like the first one, like with what George Miller did on such a low budget with those cars, dude. Look, it gives you that adrenaline. Like, flip, you watch the first Mad Max, and you want to get into your car and just gun it, or you want to go karting, or
Most racing movies do have that effect on you, but
yeah, yeah.
I
So
remember I remember particularly yesterday after watching my number two, I was like, okay, I need to go home and play some Formula One.
mm,
Um, yeah. So obviously no surprise. Number two is F1. Uh, recently came out. It came out this past week. Um, I loved it. not to say that we'll get into the actual review of the film, but
Mm,
it's like I said to you when I had watched it and I sent you a voice note. It is a love letter to the sport. That's what it is. And if
mm,
you see it for that, you will absolutely love it. There's a lot of shouts towards um, like incidents that have happened and stuff. So yeah,
mm,
it was for me. It was great. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, just one or two things that I didn't enjoy, but we'll get into that when I review it.
mm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
well, should I say when we review it because you also
Yeah, yeah,
watched it.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, what is your what's your next one?
We've got the same number one. It depends which country you're in. It had two different titles, so it's either Ford versus Ferrari or Le Mans '66.
Oh, hold on, bro. That's not my number one. My number one's
Okay.
Cars, bro.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? You troll, but I thought Cars was gonna make your list because you dig Cars, right? No,
It's okay. It's okay.
thinking of someone else.
It's
Never
okay.
mind.
It's
I
okay.
thought Cars
No,
was
number
gonna.
one, dude. Number one is there's levels, mate. There's levels, and that movie is just it's yeah. It's like it's very far apart. It's very far apart.
So far
Yeah.
apart.
It's probably about the same length as what's the name's
Okay.
Floyd McCoy's Floyd. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I could be
which
very
is
happy only having this on my list. Top five, I would
yeah.
just have this film. The others that I mentioned in terms of being racing
No,
movies,
this has been one of the hardest genres to do so far
yeah,
on the pod.
yeah,
Like if you ask me to do a top 10, yeah, I don't think I could do a
I
top 10.
couldn't do a
It's
top
very
10.
difficult. No,
I would literally have put Rat Race if we were doing a top 10.
triple
100% I'm
C.
putting Rat Race there.
So yeah,
Because it was, yeah. No, Ford versus Ferrari, honestly, if you've never seen it, please. You don't have to know about cars. You don't even have to know how to drive a car. Like you don't have to know anything, and you
100%.
will love that film. It's so well
It's so
made.
good. It's
It's
so
so
good.
well written. It had so much depth. Oh, it's
I mean,
Ken
Christian
Miles
Bale,
is a
Matt
freaking
Damon,
legend. Yeah,
James
yeah,
Mangold,
it was
directing,
amazing.
enough said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's an incredible film.
it
I
really is.
absolutely love it. I try to watch it at least once a year.
Oh,
Yeah, it's one of the best sports films. Actually, we should do that, like top 10 best sports films. That
yeah,
would
we can do
definitely
that.
be in the top 10.
We can definitely do that
Um,
sometime. Because there's
yeah,
a movie coming out next week that both me and you are not keen on watching, but
no,
we'll leave that for another time.
no,
Um, it's the Wish
don't even
version
know what
of
you're
Superman for
about.
those who want to know. Anyway, um, okay, so that's our top five. D, just recap your list again, please, bud.
So, Talladega Nights, Talladega Nights, Gone in 60 Seconds, The Fast and the Furious, the Mad Max movies, and Ford versus Ferrari slash Le Mans 66.
Okay, so mine is Art of Racing in the Rain, Gone in 60 Seconds, Rush, F1 the movie, and Ford versus Ferrari. Okay, moving
Nice.
on to, as I described earlier, is an absolute love letter to the sport. That is
Mm.
F1. Um, I love this movie. Absolutely love it. There was just two things. This would have been a 5 star for me if it wasn't for these two things.
Wow. Jeez, okay.
So, number one, the movie was way too long.
Yes. They did a
They
lot
should
of
have
fat.
cut that movie. They should have cut that movie a bit more. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I was very, very disappointed in Zimmer's score, in Hans Zimmer's score. For
Mm.
for those of you who do not know, I love Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer is my favorite composer of all time. It's if you had to go into my Spotify, that's all that's on there. It's Hans Zimmer related music.
Mm.
Um, yeah, that was my two biggest critiques. Some of the writing on some of the characters wasn't great. One particular character annoyed me like crazy, and that was what's his name? Well, they called him JP Pierce. It's the guy that stars opposite Brad Pitt.
Yeah, his
But
partner, his
yeah,
teammate.
but like just the little Easter eggs that was in there for Formula One. Like it's I don't want to spoil it too much for anyone that hasn't watched it yet. As we
Mm,
said, it just came out literally a couple of days ago.
mm,
Um, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So for me, it's a 4 out of 5. It's a very high rating for a movie for me to give a 4, but trust, it's great. The racing sequences in IMAX is unbelievable. The sound, oh my word. Um,
mm.
I was freaking out when I was watching it in a good way. So
Yeah,
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 it was awesome. But like I said, love letter to the sport, and it's great.
yeah. No, fair enough. So I'll be honest. I'm not completely opposite because I didn't dislike it, but I gave it a 3 out of 5. Um, I've pretty much forgotten it already. I watched it on, so we're recording on Sunday. Like Mark said, with UFC 317's just happened a few hours ago.
Yeah.
Um, I watched it on Wednesday and I've pretty much forgotten about it. I haven't given it much thought. It started the way it started, and look, I'll start with the negative first, and I think end on a positive.
Mm.
Yes, it's called F1. The movie, I expected it to be about Formula One and racing, 100%, of course. Like that's what I wanted. I wanted racing. Just put the guys in the car. Cool, let's go. But you still need a story. You still need characters with depth, and the plot is thin. The story was far too predictable. I cared for none of these characters. They had no depth. I felt like I had no one to root for. Um, it was very dull. It's very much style over substance, where I think they were too focused on getting all the camera footage on the cars and the racing and all of that, and they forgot that they had a narrative to tell. And we kind of just moved from race to race. And then, without spoiling things, there's repetitive things in the racing that kept happening that I was like, for goodness sake, how many more times is this going to happen? Like, how many more times can this person do this thing?
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to
No,
spoil
I
it
know
because
exactly what you're talking about because I had the
it
same.
happened so
Yeah.
many. I was like, oh, there we go. There's another one. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one.
Another
Like,
one.
is
Yeah.
this Formula One or flipping? Okay, I don't want to spoil it. But it just happened too much. And then, like you
Well,
said,
let's just
way too
say that he
fast.
was racing. He was racing like we do in the game, bro. Like when me and you
Yes,
play against each other, pretty much.
100%. 100%. It was excessive and just felt very unrealistic and kind of took me out. And I was like, what is this? And
No,
then,
I can understand that. I can understand that. I
yeah.
can.
And
So
then,
yeah.
yeah, dude, just too long. Too long. If it was half an hour shorter, I think you get that quick jolt, pure adrenaline, proper
Mm.
blockbuster, get people out of that cinema buzzing. Um, yeah, dude, and it's a great cast, and they were, in my opinion, all wasted. I mean, you've got Oscar winners, you've got a
Yeah.
really good cast. You have a composer. I can't remember anything of the score. I cannot remember one track from that score. Not
No,
one.
there's one track in particular that I remember from it, but the rest, yeah, it's
Yeah,
very forgettable, dude. It is very
yeah.
forgettable.
I think
Um,
they
yeah.
just, from the yeah, obviously it's the same director as Top Gun Maverick, and the footage that he managed to get on those fighter jets and stuff, of course, was
Oh,
amazing. He obviously tried to do that now with Formula One, and dude, I'll be honest again, in my opinion, even the racing to me got dull because I was like, okay, but it's the same camera angle over and over. Could you not put the
see, I
camera
didn't
somewhere else?
mind it, dude. I actually thought that's probably the aspect that I enjoyed the most of the movie was the racing, dude. I loved those camera angles and stuff. Um,
Mm,
but I understand, dude. I respect your opinion.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, so look, dude, I wanted to love it, hey. I went into that cinema with, I set low expectations because that's just what I do. Unless it was like Sinners because I couldn't help it. I was way too excited for that movie. But Formula One, I was like, look, let me just not get excited. I'll go in. It's going to be amazing. At least, look, it's worth the IMAX ticket. That I will say. If you're going to see this movie, don't wait to see it at home
Look,
because you're missing about
let's
half of
yeah,
it.
let's be honest. This has not been a good year for movies.
No,
That's my hot take. It has not been a good year for movies.
no, it's not. No.
Yeah, but we'll get into that in another
Yeah.
time.
So yeah, dude. All to recap is it's. I think that's probably another critique is that I think they were so focused on it being made to be seen in IMAX that when you play this on, you know what, a few months from now when it's available on digital and you watch it at home, I want to know if
Mm.
you feel the same way or not about the film.
Hey, dude, but it's not going to feel the same. I can tell you that now because that's like taking a jet ski and riding it in a bathtub.
No, no,
It's
no.
not going
That's
to
what
feel
I'm
the
saying.
same.
So I want to know if you still think it's a 4 out of 5 when you watch it at home.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
No, well, listen, that will
I'm not.
definitely.
I'm not gonna go see this again at the cinema, and I'll wait until it's on digital streaming, and I'll watch it again and see if any of my critiques change based on like the narrative and character and stuff. But
No, dude, that's fair, mate. That's fair,
yeah,
dude.
I think it was too much IMAX focused, and I don't know. It's a soft 3 out of 5 for me. I really wanted to enjoy it. I really did, but like
Mm.
I just feel false saying that I loved it when I didn't. So I'm just
No,
gonna be
man.
honest.
Obviously, that's one of our main goals here is to be authentic. If you don't enjoy something, you say it as it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. And it sucks, dude,
Whereas-
because I freaking love the sport. So
Yeah.
this is where bias comes in. Is if I was biased, I'd say I really liked it on my word, but I can't. Like I'll be
No, that's
honest, 'cause,
fine.
we use Letterboxd and stuff. I put 4 out of 5 when I walked out of the cinema, and it's like a 10-minute walk from the cinema to my place. When I got home, I was like, no, I can't. I can't. This is not how I feel after watching a 4-star movie. So, but yeah, listen, it is a love letter to the fans, and if you're into what I did love about it, I'll end on a positive. Is the techie stuff, the gearhead stuff of how the car is
They
constructed,
did
and
that so well, dude.
every
That was
they did that
brilliant.
so well. That
Yeah.
was awesome. I loved that aspect of it. That was amazing. So, to end on a positive, there you go. I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah, see, dude, I enjoyed Brad Pitt. Not as much as my wife did. Um, but yeah.
Does she want to die?
Um, if you guys see a shoe coming here, you know why. I'm joking, babe. If you're listening to this, I love you. Um, okay, moving on from violent. Well, moving on to violence. Okay,
Yeah.
UFC
Mm, mm,
317
mm,
delivered.
mm, mm.
Yo, what a card! Oh my word! From the prelims right to the main card. Obviously, we're gonna focus on the main card, but there's a knockout there that I want to give a shout out to, and that was
Yo.
knockout on Jack Hermanson against I forgot the guy's name, but his nickname's Robocop. Yeah,
Mm,
apparently
mm,
that guy was seriously hurt. That was a bad knockout. Um, but yeah, the first fight of the main card was Peyton Talabat. I think that's how you pronounce his name, and Philippe Lima. Great first fight. Peyton obviously is coming back from a loss. He lost against Barcelos not so long ago. And geez, the guy made some huge adjustments to his wrestling game, and yeah, bounced back with a win. Um, Philippe Lima was on a 14 fight win streak, which is quite
mm.
something. So it was
That's amazing.
a big test for Peyton. So well done to him. I thought he was great in that. Um, and then yeah, the second fight was quite something. Moicano hurt Dariush quite badly in the end of the first round, and then yeah, Dariush as always makes a big comeback and he won the decision. So yeah, what
Mm.
did you watch that one?
Yeah. So um, yeah, dude, Moicano, I thought he had him.
Mm,
Um, and then yeah, Darius just like you said, very durable, has
yeah,
heart, fought his way back, and yeah, he
one of the
deservedly.
hottest one of the hottest guys to put away, dude.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
he hasn't been knocked out often. I think he's been knocked out maybe three times.
jeez.
Edson Barboza, Charles Oliveira, and Sarukian, I want to say.
Mm,
And I mean those are big name fighters, dude.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with his career. Let's see what happens. Let's see. But yeah, unlucky for Moicano, he'll only get better from this loss. I do like both of those. They are both good fighters. So yeah,
yeah. Moicano is always entertaining. So
always.
anytime, but I'll be happy to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes ready
So yeah,
for a fight.
as he always says, easy money, but it wasn't an easy money fight for him in this one.
No,
That was not an easy one, dude.
no, not at
Okay,
all.
now this fight, the next one was, oh my word, this was
Fight of the
incredible, eh?
night. Fight of the
Um,
night.
Fight of the night, Joshua Van versus Brandon Royale. Joshua Van, what a boykie. Ranked number 12, taking out the number one ranked in the world. Um, this guy's 23, D. He's 23 years old, but
Oh, baby,
it's
dude.
insane, mate. He's only been training for about 5 years, dude, which is crazy. It's mad. It's mad. The guy's boxing is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Um, just a little bit of I mean, what's it? He's the eighth youngest fighter on the roster, and he's
Jeez.
already getting a title fight, which is crazy, absolutely insane. I mean, they threw both of them through a combined uh, what's it? 419 combined significant strikes. It's third overall in UFC history, which is mad. The amount of no, it's crazy. It's
That's
insane.
mad.
Yeah, it's
Mad.
mad, dude. When Joshua Van dropped Brandon at the end of at the end of round three, I was like, wow, okay,
Mm,
that's his win. He's got it.
mm,
And
mm.
credit to him, he took this fight on a 2 week notice. Manal Karp was supposed to be the guy that was going to challenge Brandon Royale. So yeah, but he pulled out.
Yeah.
So yeah, D, what did you think of the next fight, dude? Let's just talk about this man and the disrespect that this Ike is not high on the pound for pound
Guys,
list.
guys, put Pantoja higher up, man. Bro,
Yo,
he's seriously on his way to being the greatest flyweight of all time. He now has more
yeah,
wins, submissions, and finishes than Mighty Mouse. That's
yo,
mad.
dude, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, that statistic is for people who know
I
Demetrius Johnson.
wish,
That's
yeah,
mad.
I wish we could have seen those two fight. I think it would have been a hell of
Oh,
a.
100.
Pantoja's unbelievable. Pantoja's, particularly in this fight, his striking was a lot more crisp, but he's just ruthless. He's absolutely ruthless, and
Yeah,
the guys
yeah.
can't handle him.
Mhm.
Look, I'm not the biggest. Both of us aren't. We've got nothing against him, but I'm not the biggest fan of Kaka France. I can't stand
No,
him, to be honest. I
no,
just don't
I
like the way
don't.
he carries himself. No disrespect to him. I respect him as a fighter, but yeah,
Mm,
it's just Pantoja's a savage. It's plain and simple.
yeah. I think it's like we say,
Speaking,
really, there's levels, and Kaká
yeah,
France is just he's not that guy. He needs more humility. He needs way more humility. I think because he's in the gym he's at, when you're surrounded by
City
Izzy,
kickboxing.
and then I mean, dude, like when Volk trains there, like you're surrounded by high caliber, greatest of all time people.
Well, I mean, dude,
That
let's
doesn't
name
make you
some of those fighters, bud. Let's name some of
sorry.
those fighters. Adesanya. No, I'm saying let's name some of those
Yeah,
fighters.
yeah, yeah.
It's Adesanya,
So
it's
Izzy,
Volkanovski.
Volk,
Um, what's his name? Uh, jeez, dude, I've hit a
dude,
blank now.
I've hit a blank.
That light heavyweight guy.
Yes,
Carlos Ulberg. Carlos
that's
Ulberg.
it.
Yeah.
Um, dude, just because you train with those guys doesn't make you one of them, mate. And he always has this energy that he's one of them. It's like, dude, they go to your gym. You're not one of them. You're
Yeah.
not one of those guys.
And I mean, he's got one of the best coaches in the world, which is Eugene. What's it? Eugene Portman. I want to say
Gene Berman, yeah,
Berman.
yeah,
Sorry, Berman.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Look. Um,
I was so happy when
those
Pantoja
are.
put it. I was like, yep, making tap. Thank you. Peace. Get
There
out
we
of here,
go.
mate. Uh,
Um, but
this
yeah, but
is
look.
this Kai Kara France's third title fight now.
Yeah, I think it's his second, bud. I think it's his second.
Oh, okay. I
I
thought there were
think
more than.
it's his second, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
the
look,
dude's got a long
it's.
way to go. He needs way. He just needs to get slapped with some like humble pie, and then
But
I
he did,
think,
though, dude. He did. Let's be honest.
oh yeah, he got humbled tonight for sure.
Pantoja ran through him, dude.
Yeah,
Plain and simple.
yeah.
Um, speaking of savages, you're.
I don't
Mm-mm.
know how we're gonna talk about this. I don't know how we're gonna talk about this. I'm still trying to process what happened.
Yeah, I'm
It's a
100%. You said
sensational
it
game.
perfectly. You said it perfectly. I mean, I made a bet with my wife that if Oliveira won, I was going to dye my hair blonde in support of Oliveira. And Topuria must have heard that and say, geez, you don't want to break screens anymore with that haircut. Um, let me knock him out. So, wow, wow. Topuria is not human. It's plain and
No, it's
simple.
not. No.
That
We're
man
witnessing
has
something very
crazy
special, dude.
power. Agreed, dude. I mean, he becomes the 10th double champ, first undefeated double champ, first undefeated double champ. He has not lost yet, and I don't think he's going to lose anytime soon.
No.
Um, yeah, that man's boxing and his power is incredible. The fact that this oak started as a grappler in the UFC is insane. And look at the hands
Mm-hmm.
that oak has got. It's mad. It is
Mm-hmm.
absolutely mad. Um,
Yeah.
he's just like, yes, I understand people don't like his cockiness and stuff. When he said in the presser that he was going to knock out
Dude, but
Charles
he
in the
backed
first
it up.
round, I was like, yo, this oak's mad. And credit to him, he did it. He absolutely did it.
But he backs it
Um,
up. People are like, he's arrogant. Well, is he? Is he? Because he backs it up. He said
percent,
he was
bud.
going to finish Max. He did it.
Yeah,
He said he was going to finish Charles. He's done it.
he's done
He
it.
said he was going
Yeah,
to finish Volk. He did it.
did it.
So
No, dude,
I think
he's
people need to
he's he's
start switching
crazy.
the narrative and going, flip, this guy's not arrogant. He's just hella confident. And he can
But you know
back
what?
his.
I pray to the good Lord, okay, that he gets his hands on Petty and he smashes him like bad,
Oh,
bad, bad, so bad that
yeah.
that oak must retire from the sport.
Mm.
The fact that that man even stood in the ring with him is a
I know.
disgrace.
That was embarrassing. I won't lie.
Disgrace.
That
I'm
was a
sorry.
disgrace. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, and
like once
Dana
again, I'm
wasn't
not.
happy that that happened.
No, like once again, I'm not. Like, excuse my language. I'm not taking a shit on any of these fighters, but that's one fighter. Oh my word, I can't say.
Yeah, and he doesn't
Mm-mm.
deserve to be there, bro. He's. This is where I can sound super disrespectful, but like, bro, he beat Tony Ferguson, who God bless him is on a I don't know how much losing streak. He beat
Chandler,
Chandler, who Chandler's washed, bro. He's the
he's not
man
the
is
same.
gonna get hurt. He needs to stop. On a
Agree
serious
with you.
note, he's gonna get hurt. He needs to stop.
Look, I don't think he's gonna get that title shot, and I'll tell you why. I think
Right?
Sarukian's gonna get it. Sarukian's gonna get it first. That's if
Yeah,
he doesn't pull his back out again.
yeah,
Um, so, yeah. Look,
yeah. No,
unfortunately, it's
Paddy
not the
can't get a
fight.
title shot. He can't
That's the
get a
thing.
title shot without at least fighting Justin. I think that's the fight to make for him next. I want Paddy Justin. If he
Yes.
if he beats Mr. Blue Eyes, then then fair enough.
D, in all seriousness, who's gonna challenge Topuria, dude? Who's gonna challenge Topuria
No one.
after tonight?
No one. No one.
Dude, who's
I'm
gonna
not.
stand
No,
in the
no one.
middle with him in the pocket, dude, with that man's boxing? No one, dude.
No one.
Look, I hope I'm wrong. I hope somebody comes along, and there will be fighters that come along. He's in,
Yeah, of
look,
course.
he's in a division that is full of killers, but
Yeah.
that man is gonna be champ for a while, bud.
Oh yeah. This is
But
the
I do
beginning of.
wanna, I do wanna say this though. Let him get at least 3 title defenses, and then the man can move up, and he can potentially become the first triple champ. I
He's
know
gonna do it.
that's a
He's gonna
your
do
dude,
it.
bruh.
But he wants to retire at 30, hey? So he's got 2 years left
Yo,
if he sticks to his plan. So maybe one more year at lightweight, and then he's going up to featherweight. I mean welterweight. Sorry.
yo, dude. And I mean that's
Uh,
that's that's another tough division, but I mean shove cut. You got Sean Brady, you got Jack Della Maddalena, you got Islam Makhachev, you got um, yeah, I mean Ian Gary. It's Christmas. It is Christmas. Let's be honest.
no, it is for UFC fans. We are eating, and we are eating good. We are
Good,
eating so good. But
100%.
dude, he's putting Ian Gary to sleep. I'm sorry, especially after that last fight.
Mm.
If Topuria was in that cage with him, he was going to sleep round one.
But
With
like,
all due
I'll
respect,
be I'll be honest, dude. Like, when you see the size difference of him and Charles, I'm like, okay, Charles is gonna Charles is gonna use his range well,
mm,
but Topuria just, yes, I don't know, but when he gets in close with Oaks and but
bro,
when he lands that right hook of his, guys go to sleep, they go to another dimension. It happens.
dude, dude,
I mean, I'll never forget. Yes, I'll never forget those knockouts of him knocking out Volk, knocking out Max, knocking out Oliveira. But there's
dude, Josh
one
Taylor.
in particular that sticks out for me, and that is when he fought Jai Herbert. Okay, this is a good. This is a. I think it was 2022, if I'm not mistaken. It was UFC London. It was just after COVID had like cleared up. It was the first fight card in London in a while,
Mm,
and but Jai Herbert landed a monster of a head kick. He rocked Topuria. It was the first time I've ever seen Topuria rocked, and he literally came back and he sent that oak into another dimension. That oak was like Daffy Duck at the end of in Space Jam with "I want to stay home and make cookies with you, mommy." Let's be honest. It's just yeah,
yeah,
that oak's unbelievable.
we're watching
Deserves to
something
be
special. Honestly, if you want to get into
100%.
the sport now, now is the
Yeah,
best time. We're watching the beginning of something that will be spoken about for years from now.
yeah.
It's the
Agreed,
best
man.
time to get into the UFC right now. Honestly,
It's the best sport
you'll
in the
just
world. Said it,
it
I've
is,
said it
it
time and
is,
time again. It is the best
it
sport
is,
in the world.
it is,
Um,
it really
it's
is.
the most it's the most technical sport in the world as well. I will go out to say that.
No, of course, dude. You have to learn how many disciplines. You can't just know one thing. You've got to know everything.
That's the thing. That's the
And
thing.
then you've got Tupuria who doesn't train mixed martial arts. He trains everything separately.
Yeah,
It's
he does.
disgusting, dude.
It's yeah,
No,
dude. It's
the guy's playing career mode, and again, I'm not disrespecting anyone, but this is literally like a video game. The guy's playing career mode, and he's put the difficulty on easy. It's disgusting.
no, it is.
It's
It is, dude.
disgusting. And it's not to disrespect the others, it's to give him even more credit. Because you
Then
don't
what do
walk
you?
into the UFC doing that. What he's doing
Yeah.
is not, I mean,
But I
it's not
think he's
impossible
what?
to doing
How many fights is he in the UFC now?
it.
Hold on. Let me actually check it. Let me just.
In
I should
total,
have
he's
done.
17-0 now on his record, but fights in the UFC, I'm not too sure. But while you're checking, yeah, for people who want to get into it, listen, go on YouTube, watch his highlights. Um, get on this now because whoever he fights next, whether it's Sarukian or Geiji or I don't know. We're witnessing. Oh yeah.
But if I'm not mistaken, it's 9 fights and he's double champed, dude. Yeah.
And he only started training MMA at 17.
Yep. Crazy,
No,
dude.
it's
No, it's insane. Okay,
um
let's listen. It was an awesome international fight week. Obviously, the next big one will be Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier, which is 318, which is next month. Um, yeah, we'll just leave it at there. We'll
yeah.
discuss
We'll
that
give
with
more context to you guys later, closer to the time. But we're both dreading that fight. For
big time.
multiple reasons.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard
Okay.
to watch.
Moving on, we're gonna go as promised. We're gonna stick to our football segment of our greatest players in certain positions. So this week's one, obviously the previous 2 weeks we did goalkeepers and well we did goalkeepers last week, and now we're going to do centre backs.
Yeah,
So it's not top five, it's actually top 10 because it's five and five, obviously.
yeah,
Um, D, do you want to go with yours first, bud?
yeah. This is usually where we start speaking the biggest load of cock. So people fasten your seatbelts because Maguire's about to get flipping abused.
Lit up.
Um, um, okay, honorable mention. I had to shout out Colo Torre, number 5. Always think of him like when I play pool, that the orange ball. If you don't know, the orange ball is number 5. I always call that ball Colo Torre. Um, yeah, Colo Torre is such an iconic centre back that I just had to shout him out. I loved him. Is it the greatest centre back of all time? Probably not, but what a player! Always gave 100%. If he lost one leg, he'd just pick it up and play with the other one. Absolute beast.
Yeah.
But to start off, it is an Arsenal player, and my number 10 is Tony Adams.
Sure, shout, mate. Yesy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not even a player that made it on my team, let's be honest. Sorry.
Oops.
Um, Lose a bit of credibility as an Arsenal fan there. Sure, bud.
I mean, dude, it's hard because yeah, but look,
It is difficult. That is
you've
difficult.
got you've got some awesome centre backs at your club to pick. Um,
Yeah,
I went with
listen,
Tony Adams because when I started watching football, dude, he was like the first centre back that really stood out for me watching the Premier League. So
he was
dude, and he's
brilliant.
like one of your. I think he's one of your best captains. He's just so iconic, dude. I mean, he's freaking Tony Adams. So uh,
He's our second captain. There we go.
okay, yeah. I thought you would say third, but second, yeah, fine,
Uh,
fair enough.
he's second, dude. He's second, beyond
Yeah,
Patrick Vieira. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, so
Um,
there you
yeah.
go. Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
so
So then, Tony
my
Adams
number 10, my number 10 is an Arsenal player, and that is Sol Campbell.
knew it. Yeah, I knew he'd
Sol
make a
Campbell
mistake.
has to be on
It
there.
was hard. Yeah,
Yeah, but listen, um, it was tough. It was tough not to put him higher. I'll be honest. I love
mm,
Sol Campbell, great player. Um, yeah, he was fantastic. He's part of the Invincibles team.
mm,
Number 10 and number 9 are Arsenal players. I'm going to say it as it is. So yeah. D, what's your next one?
nice. Yeah, I kind of cheated because I knew you were gonna put Sol Campbell, and that's honestly why I didn't put him because I was like, Mark's gonna put him, so at least I get to mention Tony Adams because I really wanted to. But yeah, Sol Campbell 100% has to be there. I don't know if YouTube is gonna flag this as a swear word, but I typed his name on my phone and it came up Caralho, and I was like, no.
My word. That's us gone. That's us gone. That's us
No, it
gone.
means nice. It's a nice word, bro. It means nice.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Means very good player.
Laporia's not going to be good with us, bro.
Yeah, YouTube Portugal be like, eh? Okay.
Que merda.
That is Ricardo Carvalho is my number 9.
Great player,
What a
bro.
centre back, especially for
Great player.
Portugal. Oh my word! When he played for Portugal, he turned on his another expression of yours that I love. His get effed button. Yes, when he played for Portugal, he was unstoppable, man.
Yeah,
Yes, love.
listen, his get F button was strong. Even at Chelsea, he was strong, but he
No, he
was
was for sure. Chelsea was a beast, but
yeah,
for Portugal, he was like it was like life
no,
or
he was
death. Like
100%.
honestly, he just gave everything else. So he's definitely my number 9. It was harder not putting him high on the list, but I'm looking at the players that are high, and I'm like, yeah, no,
It's tough. It's tough, dude. This was a tough list to do.
yeah,
Okay,
was
my number 8. Sorry, my number 9 is Colo Torre. As I said, he's an Arsenal
yeah,
player. The fact that we bought that guy for £500,000 is the steal of the century. Yep,
family.
500,000, but
Jeez, that's
I
mad.
just
That's yeah,
he would
that's
have been
still
higher on the list if he was a bit more loyal and he didn't go to Man City.
so rude. I mean, at least he didn't
Sorry.
go to Spurs. Imagine. Yes,
Mm-mm.
bro, he'd have to leave London. He wouldn't be safe.
Well, Sol Campbell made the right decision. Somebody hit him hard in the head and he left Spurs to go to a bigger club.
Yeah, they've been trying to hit Maguire in the head to retire from football, but it's too freaking hard. They need to Poirier to punch him or something.
Taporio would break his hand if he had to hit Terry Maguire in his head, dude.
Poirier will be like, yeah, not this one. My toughest opponent. Yeah. My number 8 is yeah, dude. I've got 3 Italians on this list.
Sure.
Italians from all
That's fair.
different. And this one won a Ballon d'Or very deservedly in 2006, and that is Cannavaro.
Shout. Well
Yes,
done.
he flipping
Well done.
mighty myself. Yo, like,
Yeah.
oh, he's small, he's this and that. Okay,
What a player.
they
What a
hold my
player he
beer,
was.
flipping hold my espresso
Good
even.
character.
Yes, he bro,
He's pretty
what a
good.
baller.
He's
Great centre
good,
back, rock
good
solid,
player.
not getting past him. Good luck. Yeah, love
No,
Cannavaro. So yeah, number 8.
he was brilliant. He was brilliant. He was brilliant.
Yeah.
My number 8 is Pepe.
Eish, Pepe, come on.
Um, yes, he was a psychopath. I think he was possessed by the spirits of Ilya Tuporia when
Yes,
he
yeah.
switched on his get F button. But yeah, he was he was fantastic. He was good.
Yeah, yeah. I still miss watching him play. Like even when Portugal played in the Nations League, seeing Pepe in the stands was rough. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
this
listen,
guy.
it's a pity. It's a pity he wasn't there, but it was his time. I think he retired at the right time, and he was very good against France in that Euro semi-final.
Oh
Sorry,
my word,
was it
unbelievable.
semi-final or quarters? I think it was quarter-final. Yeah, it was a quarter-final. Um,
If I can't even remember now, but yeah, he was unbelievable.
no, he was brilliant. He had his
Unbelievable.
look. He had his moments where you wanted to like hit him because of anger getting the better of him. But yeah, when that guy was switched on, he was something else. And let's not forget, he was also part of that Madrid team that went on to lift a few of those Champions League trophies, which is quite sad to say.
Arguably the best centre back partnership. He
Sure.
and another player that's on my list. That's arguably the
Yep.
best centre back partnership.
It's definitely up there. It's definitely up there,
Mm,
dude.
yeah,
Um, okay. Who's your number 7?
Nesta, another Italian. Right, that is only number 7. I know, bro. I know.
Bro, how dare
I
you
know.
put that man at number 7?
He's probably like your
Yo,
number 2, but yeah, bruh. For me, the
listen, I
other 6
respect it.
was yeah. It
Oh,
bro,
dude,
it's hard. Look from 7 to 1, we're talking, dude.
high caliber. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. Well,
Which
listen, at least he made the
caliber,
top
we're
10.
talking like inches, like from
Oh,
one to, dude, to be honest, from 1 to 9, it's like flipping
dude,
hairlines.
these 10 would walk into any football team, plain and simple.
Any football team. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to make it clear to people listening, Nesta's seventh, yes, but like he's 0.00001 seconds beyond my number one if they were racing in Formula One. So
100%.
it,
100%.
it's, yeah. Yeah, but Nesta is my number seven, yeah.
Okay.
Great player. Great
My
centre
number
back.
7 is a Madrid legend, in my opinion. He just made the biggest mistake of his career going to a smaller club in Madrid. Um, that's Rafael Varane. Um, yeah. Um,
Yo,
talk about a talk about a heavy downgrade. This man was disrespected at United, and yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys are going to come at me with your pitchforks, but it's fine. Bring it. I'm waiting. So yeah,
it's the only silverware they have at the moment, bro, so let them use it.
yo, it's more than Arsenal. Let's be honest, bud.
Yeah,
Okay. Number 6. Let's go.
fair enough. Number six, my number six is Pepe. Yes, what a beast. This like would eat
Look what he did
lightning and
this.
crap thunder. He would run through a freaking brick wall. Honestly, he would run through Maguire's forehead to make sure it didn't go
Bro,
into
would
the
you
goal.
say this like is? Would you say he's the Chuck Norris of football?
100%.
Okay,
Chuck
fair
Norris
enough.
wears Pepe pajamas to bed.
He checks under his bed before he goes to bed.
Dude, Pepe, I know he had that episode where he kicked the guy and like he started doing MMA for like a few seconds there. It was
Just
too
imagine
much.
that
He
he's
went
an MMA
off.
fighter, bud. Oh my word.
Yo, Pepe would have done well in the UFC, let me tell you.
Done well. I agree. He would have done well,
He
dude.
would have done really well. Yassi, good luck. Good luck trying to pass that guy because he will break your legs and feel nothing.
Yo. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's your number
yeah,
6. My
that's
number
my number.
6 is another Madrid legend, and that is Sergio Ramos.
Sergio Ramos.
Ramos was, yeah, he was brilliant.
See, how's he your number six? That's too low, mate.
Yeah, but bruh,
No, I'm joking. No, it's hard. But this is what I'm saying. Like, he's your number six. It sounds low, but it's hard
it
because
sounds
your
low.
other five are, I mean, it's tough. Ramos is
It's
flipping amazing. He's
dude,
one of the
100%.
best centre
It's
backs of
not
all time.
easy to, dude. It's not easy to choose this. I'll be
No,
honest. Yo,
no,
it's
it's
tough, dude.
really,
It's very tough. Okay,
it is.
number 5 for you. Let's go.
My number five is Virgil van Dijk. Dude,
Okay.
Van Diggle, by the time, bro,
What,
by the time, Van Diggle, Van Dijk,
dude? How do you call him that?
VVD, what Van Diggle?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
He's Dutch, mate. That's probably what
I
they
know.
call him.
I'm just
Van
trolling,
Diggle,
dude.
oldies facilities. Yeah. No, dude, yeah. Van Dijk, by the time, dude, at the end of his career, he will go down as
He's a great centre
maybe
back.
Liverpool's best centre back.
But I've got a
Maybe.
hot take for you on that, eh? I've got a hot take for you on that. You might disagree with me.
Go on.
Do you think it would have been? How do you think that I could have done in the when I now maybe this is me being a bit biased, but
Hmm.
how do you think that I would have done in the days of Michael
I know,
Ballack, uh, Henri?
dude,
Yeah,
different. Yeah, I don't know. He wouldn't.
I
He
would have
wouldn't
loved to have
be
seen.
as hailed. Yeah, look. Yeah, that's the thing is
Yeah,
we can only speculate. But I do. People bring up that point, and it's totally valid. Number nine. We've spoken about this many times. Number nine is a
yeah.
position that's dying in football. There's no such thing as a number nine anymore. And in your days
Unless you
of,
got
I would have
unless
loved
you got
to have seen.
the
Hey,
the number nine positions dying, but I mean, Man City have got an absolute monster. The guy from Midsummer from Norway. Um,
Yeah,
he's a good
bro.
number
Look,
9.
I think he's the last number nine, the last traditional number nine, unless someone else goes back to using that kind of formation.
Yeah,
But I would have loved to have seen Van Dijk against Drogba, against Shearer, against
yeah,
Henry, Aguero. I mean, we did see him kind of against Aguero, but he was on his
look,
way out.
I'll say
Uh,
this. I'll say this,
Green,
D. Van Dijk just missed my top 10, dude. Because I do regard him as a great centre back, dude. He's one of your guys' best centre backs ever.
he's got to be.
Um,
I think he's got to be our top. He's got to be.
yeah,
Who's better
he's
than
at
Van
least top
Dijk?
3. He's at least top 3 for you guys.
I mean, how versatile he is as well as a centre back. Like, I know his job is to be a centre back and he's amazing at it. But, dude, like, his distribution is disgusting.
That is
His
disgusting. Yeah.
distribution is like a cheat code. And
No, it
his
is.
pen,
It is. It is.
dude, his penalties are
Yeah.
disgusting. No one takes
Yeah.
better penalties than Liverpool than that guy. No one.
No, agreed. Agreed, dude. Agreed. He is very good.
Uh,
He's very good
so,
at
yeah,
that.
Van Dijk's unbelievable. I don't think he's been the same since his injury, that's a psychological thing and very common in sport in general.
Mm.
But he's still amazing regardless of the injury. So,
No, listen, dude, 100%. But
yeah,
yeah. Okay. No,
yeah.
listen, that's a shot, dude. That is a shot. I know. I was trailing. I was trailing, but
No,
he
no,
is
I
good.
know you were. I know you were.
He's good. He is good.
But it is a valid point because, again, people do bring that up. Like, the Prem doesn't have the number nines it did 10 years ago, and that's completely valid. But the reality is we'll never know. The reality
Well, I mean,
is,
dude, he had
right
that
now,
stat
he's
that
doing really
nobody
well.
was dribbling past him for how long, dude? How long was that stat for?
Sorry?
How long was that stat that nobody dribbled past Van Dijk? It was like
Oh,
two
it was
two
something
seasons.
crazy, mate.
It was something
Something,
crazy, dude. So
something
yeah,
crazy.
listen,
And he
that
hadn't
man
lost at
deserves all the
Anfield
respect, but
in 2 seasons, I think. He hadn't
yeah,
lost a game
that's
at
right.
Anfield, maybe even 3 seasons. It was something
No, but
ridiculous.
he's brilliant, dude. He is brilliant.
Yeah,
Sure. Okay,
yeah,
my number 5 is Ricardo Carvalho.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. Look, he should
Carvalho.
be higher than nine, but again, dude, it's hard. Number five, he's a great player, dude. What he did with Porto winning the Champions League and then going to Chelsea and what he did for Portugal, that man deserved to pick up a trophy for Portugal. I'm very sad that he never got to. Um,
Yeah, he
he
didn't,
really
dude.
deserved,
Unfortunately,
yeah, he really
unfortunately,
did pick up a title for Portugal.
it's a pity.
Um,
It is a pity, dude. Yeah, it's a pity, dude. It's a big pity that he didn't. He was very good.
yeah,
Um,
no, it was amazing.
but he
But,
was amazing.
but yeah.
Okay,
Dude,
what's
my
your number
top four.
4?
So,
Yo,
four was like we're talking 0.0000001 difference. My top four are basically all tied. Well, that's a lot. My number one is my number one, but two, three, and four are basically all tied.
okay.
But then obviously we have to play the ranking game, so he is number four. I'm not cheating or anything. My number four is John Terry. Uh, he's
Oh, okay.
probably my favorite Premier League centre back. I mean, I'm not a Chelsea fan, but
Yo, mate.
yeah, the guy was
Um,
unbelievable.
listen, dude, he was very good. He was. Yo. Okay, well, number 4 is the same as me. I also said John Terry.
Boom. Nice.
Um, yeah, dude, listen, he was fantastic, dude. He was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
Particularly
So
for
good, mate.
his, particularly that partnership with him and Carvalho. That's one of the best centre back pairings we'll ever see.
Mm.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah, dude, it's tough, eh? It's tough.
No, I used to
Yeah,
dread playing against Chelsea, like I said last week and the week before. Never mind trying to defend against Drogba or trying to score past Czech. It was who's going to get past Terry. And then defending him as well, because yesterday that guy he could score headers like it was his day job. I
I
mean,
could,
it was
and
his day
also
job.
for his height, but I mean, he was part of that team for Chelsea that they conceded, what was it, 5 goals in one season, which is ridiculous.
Disgusting. It's disgusting, dude.
I mean, United concede that in one game on average now.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the Oaks watching Ted Lasso for technical ideas or whatever it is. So look, me, maybe
Shame.
maybe you should start watching tennis as well at the half on it.
Dude. Yo. Okay, who's your number 3, bud?
Oh my word. You've got to give your four. I know, we had the same four. Sorry.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Sergio Ramos. Yesterday, flipped
Okay.
me. It was a brick flipping wall.
Yeah, he was good, dude. He was good.
Yeah, he was very aggressive. I don't know. The Sox got red cards like flipping. I don't know.
He collects them like the Infinity Stones, dude.
Literally, he's got red cards like the freaking Pokemon cards, dude. He's just got all of them. But I mean, that's yeah. It just shows what he was willing to do for the team, make those sacrifices. So
Yo,
yeah, it's
listen,
unbelievable.
he's brilliant, dude. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's
No,
brilliant.
Sergio Ramos was unbelievable, and what he did for club and country. I mean, he's won every trophy there is to win in football.
Correct.
Enough said. And he's a treble winner.
And he's a
So,
treble winner, dude. Yeah, he's won everything, dude. He's won everything.
yeah.
Okay. My number 3 is also another person that's won every single trophy that you can win in football, and that's Carlos Puyol.
Nice.
Um,
Love Puyol.
yes, he was brilliant. I always used to laugh with his hair. He looked like Diana Ross on the football field with his bushy hair. It was quite something. But geez, that was good. Yo, he was good. He was awesome.
Rossi, yo, I wasn't expecting that. Bro, when you got me into UFC, one of the first parts you showed me was Clay Guida, and we used to call him Puyol. We're like, yo, he's Puyol if
That's
he
right,
did
dude. Yo,
MMA.
that's correct,
Yeah.
dude. That's correct.
Um,
Um,
but sure, Diana Ross too. Bro,
no,
he's
dude, listen.
Tarzan. He's an animal. Puyol was Tarzan. He is absolute,
No, he
just
was. He
savage.
was. He was.
Savage. Me, kid, football. That was Puyol. Just absolute beast. Absolute beast. Yeah. Yeah, your number 3 is my
Um,
number 2. So I'm not even
okay.
gonna.
Yep.
Yeah, Puyol's my
Okay.
number 2.
For our last two, we say 2 and 1 straight away. So who's your 2 and 1?
So then people who listen to a few episodes back when we did our all time, my top 2 it's Puyol, and then number 1 is by far my number 1. This wasn't close. There's no competition. It's Paolo Maldini. He
Yep.
is the greatest back of all time.
100%.
Don't let me tell you
100%.
about him. Watch highlights of his. It was an absolute pleasure. It was a privilege. All the things watching that guy play football, and I still miss him. I still will like, randomly watch a Milan game today, and I will miss seeing Maldini on the pitch. He's still a player I miss, and he retired nearly 20 years ago.
Oh, that's right.
Um,
That's
it's mad.
right.
What a player.
Yeah, look, my 2 and 1 is my favorite centre back pairing of all time, and that's Nesta number 2, and then Maldini number 1.
Yeah.
I don't think there are many centre back pairings that come close to those two. Like once again,
Mm-hmm.
we always speak about levels. Those two
Yeah.
were in a different stratosphere to the rest. Just my
Yeah.
opinion. And
Yeah.
the only blemish those two have on their record, not that it's a blemish, but it was an unbelievable night of football, and that was that loss against you guys in that final. But I mean, you land
2005.
with
Yeah.
3-0 up, you land with 3-0 up in the first round, and then you guys came back. One of the best football games you'll ever watch.
Sure.
Yeah, listen, that the fact that Liverpool did that against them was it was a football miracle. That's what it was. It was a
Dude,
football miracle.
I wish WhatsApp existed at that time because so many people went to bed. And the next day at school, I was buzzing. I mean, a friend of
Yeah,
mine, she was a Liverpool fan, and she didn't even know that we had won. She just walked home, didn't want to talk to anyone about the football. She was so upset, she turned the TV off at 3-0 down. And I was like, you flipping bozo. You missed the best 45 minutes of football I've
it
ever
was
seen.
incredible, but it was
Uh,
incredible. It was absolutely incredible.
Look, but
No,
they,
it
they got their
was.
revenge 2 years later, eh? Same final, and then
They did, but
uh,
it wasn't the same, dude. Let's be honest. It wasn't the
no,
same.
of course not. No, of course not. Look,
So
that
look,
first leg was, oh,
one one honorable mention that should have made my list was Vidic.
yeah, I was wondering who was, all jokes aside, because obviously the club is trash and whatever, but Vidic just missed my list. I think he'd be number 11.
Yeah, he'd
Um,
also be my number 11, dude.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I mentioned Colatore because I freaking love him, but I'd put Vidic above Torre. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, Vidic was amazing. I think he made. I don't want to mention him because he's just trash, but he made his partner look good, and he got a lot of credit because of Vidic. But yeah, Vidic made the guy look good, and that's how good he was.
Vidic was a savage, dude. He was a savage,
Yeah,
but
I mean, in terms of like centre back partnerships, because like you're talking, I won't disagree. Maldini and Nesta have got to be number one.
yeah,
I think the only one I can really think that maybe not even contest, but one that's up there for sure has got to be Pepe and Ramos, Terry Carvalho. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It was almost like watching like Pacific Rim, where you've just got these two pilots in sync,
in
and the
sync,
one
dude.
just knew what the other one was doing at all times. Yeah, it was unbelievable. So yeah, Maldini and Nesta as a partnership, that's got to be number one
The only
for
sad
sure.
thing about Maldini is he didn't win a World Cup, which is very sad, dude.
Yeah,
He didn't
one
win a
hundred
World Cup.
percent.
If
I
I'm
would
not
have
mistaken,
loved to.
yeah. But he
Yeah.
was that man. He just had such there was such class about that man when he stepped onto that field. It was
Oh, dude.
poetry in motion. It really was. And
Yeah,
for a
that's
defensive
the
player, that's very hard. That's very hard to put them
yeah,
into that category. So yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. If you look up the word finesse for centre backs, because I know I said this about Alonso a few weeks ago. If you looked up the word finesse for centre backs, Maldini's face would be there.
100%,
And
100%.
he's
So
the
yeah, he
greatest captain.
was.
We did like best captains in football. He'd be number one for sure.
Yeah, he's
What a role
definitely.
model! What an example! Everything
Yeah,
about him, just high caliber. There's levels, dude. And Maldini's on
agreed.
his own.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no
yeah,
one touches.
guys, we would love some feedback from you guys. Give us your 10 best centre backs of all time.
Yeah.
Um, love to hear from you guys. And yeah, as
Give
always,
us
thank you
racing movies
for.
that we missed out on as well, because clearly we either haven't seen enough racing movies. I've never seen like Days of Thunder, but it's never really appealed to me. The Tom Cruise
It's
film,
okay. It's
yeah,
okay.
it's never appealed to me. So yeah, if there's
He
something
doesn't
we're
run in
missing,
that movie if you're
um,
wondering.
hey,
He doesn't run in that movie if you're wondering.
uh, I thought that's what the racing was, man.
Have you ever
Yeah,
seen him at a subway station, bud? You know, Subway, the franchise?
yeah, yeah. Just
So
to
he's like
jump
this,
over
dude,
to
at
see
the bottom.
sandwiches.
Yo, some pepperoni, please. Some cheese there.
Yeah, he's not that person that can eat Subway sandwiches sideways, bro.
But yeah, guys, give us a like and a subscribe. As Dino promised, we start talking cuck when it comes to the football
Yeah,
segment, after
100%.
the football
Yeah.
segment.
Enjoy the race.
Um,
We're gonna have Austria in 4 hours time from now. So let us
correct.
know your thoughts on the race if you do watch. Yes, we do
Yeah,
watch other sport. We just talk about football, but yes, we're very excited for
100%.
the race this weekend. Please let us know what you felt of F1. Did you enjoy the movie? What did you think of 317? like Mark said, please give us any centre backs that you feel like we missed out. We've already mentioned Vidic. Yes, Vidic should be on the list, but again, we could only name 10. It's hard.
That's very tough.
Um, so yeah, please give us a like, a comment. It would be great. We really appreciate it. And we hit
Till
double
next time,
digits next week.
guys.
Episode 10. Come on.
Episode 10. Let's go.
Let's go.
LFG. All right. Cheers,
Peace.
guys. Till next time. Peace.
Bye.